Most of us don't have a clutter problem. We have a product problem. We keep buying stuff to organize our stuff, more bins, more baskets, more gadgets that promise to fix the mess. But somehow it still feels like your house can't breathe, and neither can you. I used to joke that my storage solutions were breeding. Like, how did I end up with 5 different containers just for charging cords? Why do I have drawer dividers that somehow made my drawer messier? Turns out not all organizing tools are helpful. Some of them just make the clutter look neater without actually making life easier. So today I want to show you 10 products that actually did help. Things that simplified my home in real tangible ways. Not because they were trendy, not because they matched my aesthetic, but because they reduced the decisions, the mess, and the mental load. And if you're someone who's already tried decluttering but your house still feels full, these might just be the missing piece. Let's jump in and we'll start with the one thing that finally made my kitchen drawers usable again. If I had known how much easier it could feel just to grab one thing out of a drawer, I would have stopped using the wrong organizers years ago. Because for years, my bathroom drawer was just a black hole. Everything got dumped in there. Flossers, nail clippers, bobby pins, half-used lip balms. And every time I needed something, I had to dig through it like I was on a scavenger hunt. But the moment I added real dividers ones that actually fit the drawer and fit how I use that drawer, it changed everything. Now I know my tweezers are always in the back left slot. My face roller sits right in the middle tray. Band-aids and random kid stuff. Bottom right, it takes 2 seconds. No more dumping everything out just to find one tiny thing. That drawer used to stress me out every morning. Now it feels like one part of my day that's just done. No thinking required. And honestly, fixing that one drawer made me realize how many other tiny things I was keeping, just in case, but never actually used. Tomorrow's video dives into that exact mental clutter, all the stuff you think you might need someday, but never do. It's simple, satisfying, and honestly, a little addictive. Next up, let's talk about the cleaning products crowding your cabinet and the only 4 you actually need. The truth is, most of us don't need more cleaning products, we need fewer. Somehow we've been convinced that every surface in the house needs its own bottle. One for glass, one for granite, one for the sink, one for the toilet, one for the floors, one just for the fridge. It sounds organized, but it's actually exhausting. And honestly, most of those products do the same thing. Multi-purpose cleaners today are more than capable of handling 90% of the daily mess. We're just stuck in this mindset that specialized means better. I used to have half a dozen sprays lined up under my kitchen sink, but I only ever reached for 2 of them. The rest just sat there, reminding me I was falling behind on some imaginary cleaning schedule. So I made a shift. I cleared out everything that was redundant. Now I keep 1 reliable multi-surface spray, 1 dish soap, 1 solid laundry detergent, and 1 simple bathroom cleaner that actually cuts through grime. That's it. And not only is my cabinet lighter, my brain is too. I don't waste time deciding. I don't second guess. I just clean what's dirty and move on with my life. Next up, let's simplify laundry with 1 swap that helps your clothes dry faster, smell fresher, and saves you money in the long run. Dryer sheets are a marketing win, not a cleaning win. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. For years, I kept buying box after box of those little scented sheets because, well, everyone does, right? They smell nice, they soften clothes, they feel like part of the routine. But one day I realized I was basically paying to throw something away, over and over again, and my laundry still took forever to dry. That's when someone told me to try wool dryer balls, and I thought, okay, but will they actually work? Spoiler, they did, and better than I expected. They don't just reduce static, they actually help separate your clothes in the dryer, which cuts drying time. I'm talking 15, sometimes 20 minutes less per load, and since I do laundry basically every day, because kids, that time adds up fast, I bought a pack of 6 and I've used the same set for over a year now. No waste, no weekly refill, no more weird chemical smells stuck in my towels. It's one of those tiny swaps that gives you your time back, and honestly, it made laundry feel a little less like punishment. Next, let's head to the entryway and fix the clutter that piles up before we even make it past the front door. Most people don't realize the entryway stress isn't about the shoes, it's how they're stored. We used to have one of those standard shoe cabinets, the deep shelves where shoes get pushed all the way to the back. Looked tidy from the outside, but every time I opened it, chaos. I'd dig around for a pair, pull out one sneaker, then realize the other was buried under boots we haven't worn in a year. Some days it felt easier to just leave shoes by the door, and of course that's how the mess started. Then I found a slanted shoe rack, not fancy, just angled shelves that tilt shoes slightly forward. But that angle, game changer. Suddenly, I could see every pair. No more guessing what's hidden in the back. Everything was right there, lined up like a little shoe menu. Getting out the door became faster, less frustrating because I wasn't playing memory games with my own shoes. And putting shoes away, weirdly satisfying. The slant makes it feel like you're placing them into a slot, not just tossing them on a shelf. It made organizing by the door feel like less of a chore and more like something that worked with real life. And speaking of real life, let's talk about that dish sponge and why it might be the germiest thing in your whole kitchen. If your sponge stays wet, it's growing bacteria fast. There's actual science behind it. A study from Scientific Reports found that kitchen sponges can host more active bacteria than a toilet seat. Why? Because they stay damp, get food residue stuck inside, and never fully dry between uses. So even when you rinse it out and say, "This one's still good," it's probably already loaded with germs. I finally stopped using sponges when I realized they weren't just dirty, they were making the whole sink smell dirty. Now I use Squy Scrubs, a reusable scrub made from natural fibers designed to dry quickly and resist that mildew smell. You can toss them in the dishwasher, they don't get slimy, and they last way longer than your average sponge. The first week I switched, I noticed two things. The sink area looked cleaner, and I didn't have to remind myself to toss another stinky sponge every few days. It's such a simple swap, but it keeps one of the most used spots in your home feeling fresh and under control. Next, let's open your kitchen cabinets and see why most of us are keeping way too many pots and pans. If your cabinets are overflowing with pots, you're not cooking more, you're just cleaning more. I used to have a whole stack of pans, frying pans in 3 sizes, a wok I used once, 4 pots that all looked kind of the same, and still every night I'd reach for the same 2. That's when it hit me. I don't need more, I need better. Now I mostly use just 2, a cast iron skillet and a Dutch oven. That's it. They can handle everything from eggs to roasts to one-pot pasta, and they clean up easily too. Since making this switch, I've noticed something else. I don't spend 5 minutes trying to wedge the right pan out from the back of the cabinet. I don't rewash dusty pans I haven't used in months. And I don't feel like my kitchen is working against me anymore. Less gear equals less stress, less clutter equals more space. And when the only 2 pans you own are always clean and ready, you actually feel like cooking. And speaking of seeing what you have, the next tip is all about visibility. Let's fix the stuff you keep buying twice because you forgot you already had it. If you can't see it, you'll forget you have it, and then you'll buy it again. That's how I ended up with 3 boxes of Christmas lights, 4 extra lint rollers, and enough travel-size shampoos to open a hotel. The stuff wasn't the problem. The problem was I didn't know I already had it. That all changed when I switched to clear storage boxes. Simple, stackable, and most importantly, visible. Now every seasonal bin backup supply or just-in-case item lives in a transparent box with a label. I can do a quick scan and know exactly what's in it without pulling everything out. And here's the bonus I didn't expect, my storage actually looks better. There's something really satisfying about seeing neat matching clear boxes lined up. It feels calmer, more intentional, less like a pile of mystery tubs from a garage sale. It sounds small, but this one change solved 3 big problems. I stopped buying duplicates. I decluttered less because things weren't getting buried and forgotten. And I finally felt like I had control over what I owned, not the other way around. When you can see your stuff, you use your stuff. And when you use your stuff, it doesn't pile up. Next up, let's move from the inside of your cabinets to the walls. And I'll show you how to clear your counters without giving up what you need. Flat surfaces are clutter magnets, but vertical space. That's free real estate. Every flat spot, the kitchen counter, laundry table, study desk, is just one, I'll put it here for now, away from becoming a mess. And yet we ignore the blank wall right above it. A wall pegboard turns vertical space into smart storage. You can hook up scissors, cleaning gloves, lint rollers, dusters, small spray bottles, labels, tape rolls, all those things that usually end up stuffed in a drawer or left out in the open. I installed one behind the laundry room door. Things like the toilet brush, cleaning gloves, and extra scrubs used to sit in a sad plastic bin on the floor. Now they hang in plain sight, neatly spaced out. No bending down, no forgetting they exist. Use them, hang them back, done. The real win, you get your counters back. Decluttering isn't just throwing stuff away, it's giving everything a place so you don't have to think about it again. And if you're wondering what to do when wall space runs out, just wait for the next tip. Behind the door storage is about to change your mind. You think you have no space? You just haven't looked behind the door. That's exactly what I used to believe. My pantry door, bathroom door, all wasted vertical space. Meanwhile, every flat surface was overflowing. Then I got a slim, over-the-door organizer, pockets for sprays, hooks for aprons, compartments for small tools. All behind the door, invisible unless you peek. No drilling, no permanent changes. Now I keep extra cleaning supplies, reusable bags, and odds and ends in there. When I open a cabinet or enter the bathroom, my counters and shelves feel clean. The door holds the overflow in a neat, out-of-the-way zone. It's stealth storage, hidden but functional. And best of all, when you close the door, it doesn't scream clutter. It feels like nothing's there even though everything's there. Next, the final tip, and this one has nothing to do with stuff. It's about how you think about stuff. Clutter doesn't start when your drawer overflows. It starts when you say yes to too many things that don't truly serve you. I used to think my home felt messy because I hadn't organized it well enough. But the truth is, the mess began at checkout. Every trip to the store, every late night scroll, I'd bring back a cute little thing, a just-in-case tool, or a deal too good to miss. A mini hair remover, a novelty toothpick holder, a cup shaped like an orange. One by one, they quietly filled up my space. Then I started asking a simple, powerful question. Does this actually solve a real problem in my life, or is it just filling a moment of impulse? Now I treat every new item like I'm hiring a team member for my home. Will it save me time? Is it better than something I already own? Does it deserve space in my drawer and space in my head? That mindset shift changed everything. I stopped checking sales out of habit. I no longer felt that nagging sense of missing out just because I didn't buy anything. My home still has what I need, just not what I don't. Because decluttering isn't just about removing what's already here, it's learning how to say no before it even arrives. These are the 10 small shifts in products, habits, and mindset that quietly change the way I care for my home. Not in a dramatic way, but in a way that makes it easier to breathe, easier to move, and easier to stay on top of clutter without feeling like it's a battle. If tidying up feels like a constant catch-up game, just start with one thing from this video. One tiny upgrade can unlock a whole new rhythm in your space. And if that first step feels good, you'll want to stick around. Because tomorrow's video is a game changer. We'll go into 50 super practical things you can let go of right away. The kind of clutter you don't even realize is weighing you down until it's gone. Don't miss it. It's the one that makes everything else easier. If this video gave you even one idea that made your home feel lighter, please give it a like, share it with someone who needs it. Drop a comment to tell me what helped most and hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. You deserve a home that feels like a deep breath.